So I'm going to be showcasing some of our new resource lines to help you with all things recapping, revising maths learning, embedding maths learning, revision and SATS prep as well. Now, if you're in a year group that doesn't do SATS, don't worry, there'll be still something in here for you. Because when I found what my challenge was when I was teaching, and it wasn't necessarily just a year 6 thing, it was in all of the year groups I taught in really. I always found that children needed constant and consistent recaps of previously taught knowledge to help embed their understanding, right? Whilst also making sure it's kept at the forefront of their minds, because you'd be surprised how quickly children can forget things. We've all been in a situation where your class returned back after a long holiday and seem to have forgotten everything that you've taught them previously. That always used to be a real challenge after long holidays and a little bit of a frustration for me when I was in the classroom. So our new maths resources that we've created are going to help you deal with that exact problem, and I'm really excited to show them to you today. As part of our new maths scheme, we've got 3 new types of resources that will deal with all things revision and recapping. The first 2 are Rapid Arithmetic and Maths in Minutes resources, which are aimed at all year groups from years 1 to 6. So I'm going to show you where they are in the menu. So hopefully you can see this, guys. Just let me know that the screen share is working and that it's loading up what I'm clicking on. So I'm going to go into year 2 and I'm going to go into Maths, and we've got Classic View and CS Maths Scheme. Now these resources are part of the new CS Maths Scheme, so that's where I want to be. And you can see that I've got 2 categories in this menu, one for Maths in Minutes and one for Rapid Arithmetic. We've got these for all year groups, years 1 through to 6, and we've created these for each week of every term. So 6 weeks for autumn 1, 6 weeks for autumn 2, which is the term that we're in now, and so on, so that you've got full coverage for the entire year. Now, Maths in Minutes is actually missing the last few weeks of autumn, but we're looking to backfill that very soon. Rapid Arithmetic is all there for autumn, and we've even started to put on some for spring as well. You'll see the terms when you click in, and then you can go through and it'll take you through to the page of all of the resources. So I've just clicked into autumn, and there they all are, lovely Rapid Arithmetic resources. So let's take a closer look at these, and then we'll take a closer look at Maths in Minutes as well. So I've got a year 1 Rapid Arithmetic open here, and it's designed to be displayed on your interactive whiteboard. So it's actually a PDF, it's not in a PowerPoint format, but we're anticipating that you will blow this up full screen and share it on your whiteboard. And there are 3 question slides, one for the different days of the week. We know there's not 5, but you might not need to do this 5 times a week. That's why we've given 3, because every single day is different. In some mornings you've got an assembly or something that's come up. You might not be able to commit to 5 days a week. That's why we've gone with 3. And following each question slide, there's an answer slide. So that's the first one. And then we go into the second one, and we go into the third one. And that makes up the entire week. And within each question slide, there are 3 sets of questions to complete, a set A, a set B and a set C. I'm showing you year 1 on purpose because year 1's my teaching background, and we've done a lot of work recently to improve our year 1 resources and make them really, really accessible. So hopefully if you are a teacher that's lower down in the school, you're really liking the look and feel of these. As you move into Key Stage 2, they do become a little bit more busy, a bit more complicated, a bit less visual. So that's just something to keep in mind really. I haven't got time to show you absolutely all of the year groups today, but if you're liking what you're seeing from this year 1, go and check out the other year groups as well. And you set A into your B and your C increase in difficulty by either removing the scaffolding or increasing the complexity of the question asked. So for example, this third question here is all about doubling. And set A, we've got a nice visual. Set B is just a simple calculation. And then set C is a missing number with the words which number has been doubled. So hopefully you can see how that gets incrementally harder on each step a child would work through. Now, why do I love these? Well, I really, really like the Rapid Arithmetic resources because they offer ultimate flexibility in terms of how you use them. And having the 3 question slides in there, like I've said, means that you can use 3 across the week, you can use 3 in one go, or you can just dip in and out as and when you need to. And displaying it on the board gives you flexibility in terms of how you want your children to actually complete this activity. Maybe you're going to put it up on your big interactive whiteboards and children are going to complete it on their mini whiteboards with whiteboard pens and rubbers, or in their books, or maybe they're going to work through them with a partner. The possibilities really are endless here. And this activity is rapid. The clue is in the name, rapid arithmetic. So you could use it as a morning starter task, as an introduction, recap at the start of your maths lesson, or perhaps as a dedicated revision session at the end of the week. Really, however you choose to use it, you can kind of make it work in multiple different ways. And like I said, the 3 sets of questions, the A, B and C, also offers you that choice. Perhaps your class could start on set A and move through into B and C, or you might want to assign different sets to different groups of children based on their needs. But maybe you're looking at this right now and you're thinking of a different way of how you'd like to use these. Because I've not covered everything there, and even our product team will admit we can't cover every single use case, so you might have a different idea or a unique idea, and we're always keen to get that feedback. So if you do have any other ideas about how we could use these, do just let us know either in the comment, or you can reach out to us after this live as well, because we'd really like to know how our customers are using these, and these are proving to be really, really popular so far. So yeah, just wanted to get it out and show a couple more people really what it's all about. And I'm going to move on to maths in minutes now, and I think I've got a maths in minutes resource open here. So this again is a slightly different look and feel to the rapid arithmetic. Your rapid arithmetic is what it says on the tin. It's essentially just recapping and revising the arithmetic element of maths. Maths in minutes goes a little bit of a step further really, into a little bit more depth. So what I'd also like to say about the maths in minutes is that I think I've got one open here for autumn 2. But autumn 1, the first 6 weeks of resources for autumn 1, focus on objectives from the previous year group. So for example, if I went into year 3 and clicked on one of our autumn 1 maths in minutes resources, it would actually be covering the objectives taught in year 2. And that's because of that use case that I talked about at the beginning of this live, where children come back after 6 weeks off and they don't even seem to have remembered anything. So that's why we've gone down that route specifically for autumn 1. Now the one we're looking at now is actually autumn 2. So this one is covering objectives taught in autumn 1 of our maths scheme. The spring 1 resources would cover objectives taught in autumn 2 of our maths scheme. It's always kind of focusing on the last term before, which plays into that continuous recap, revision, and making sure that we're embedding learning that has been previously taught, keeping it at the forefront of children's minds really. So these are also designed for whiteboard use, but they are a little bit more print friendly than the rapid arithmetic, so you could easily print these out, put them on tables. Like rapid arithmetic, we've got the question slide followed by an answer slide, and there are 3 of these in each pack. And the number of questions that you actually get on a maths in minutes resource changes based on the year group you're in. So we're looking at year 3 here, but a year 1 maths in minutes would have fewer questions, and a year 6 has slightly more questions. And in each year group, we've tried to make sure that there's a question on each of the key topics or key areas of maths. So on the answer page, we've even put the objective codes in there to make it a little bit easier for you so you know which one's which, although I'm sure you will anyway. But that is, for example, making sure that there's always a question on number, a question on geometry, a question on measure, to make sure that we're covering all those different threads of maths really. And what you might find, especially in autumn 2, is in our maths scheme, children might not in year 3 have covered shape yet. So the shape question that we've got in here will be an objective from last year's shape, and it just builds on it as our scheme progresses really. So why do I love these? Well, the way this resource works really does mean that you get full coverage of all of the key maths topics, and it builds on them each term, meaning that you're in the consistent cycle of revisiting, recapping what's been taught before. And this is so important for embedding the fundamental mathematical skills that we know all children need to have and carry with them as they move through their time in school. Again, having 3 sheets to choose from is giving you that flexibility of how you wish to use it. You could use one as a morning task, or you can use all three and get children to work through these in a dedicated revision session. You could even use them as an extension at the end of your lesson. You know, children have finished, you've got 10 minutes left, where do they go, what do they do? Give them one of these. But most important thing really that I want to say here is we don't want to dictate to you how you use these resources. You know your children best. So you probably have some better ideas than what I've suggested of how these can be used, but hopefully that just gives you a bit of inspo and a bit of a flavour of what they look like really. And I just think they're so nice and really different to any of the resources that we've made before now. Now I want us to talk briefly about SATS, because I did touch on SATS at the beginning of this live. And yeah, okay, if you're in year 6, it's more your bag. So the resources that I'm about to go through are specifically year 6 ones. But if you are a year 3 teacher and you're still watching and you're thinking about your year 6 teacher and what could help them, don't switch off. I'm not going to spend too long talking about this, so there might be some take-homes that you can kind of go and share with your year 6 teacher. And this next resource line, I want to know if it would work in other year groups. So if you do want to stick around, that would be really helpful, because I'd love to get your feedback on this next resource line I'm about to share. So with SATS, I know it's very early to be worrying about SATS, but I know for many teachers, SATS is always on the mind. It's on the mind, it's always on the mind. And the two resources that I've just shown you, Rapid Arithmetic, Maths in Minutes, are really great for building in the short, snappy recaps of the fundamental mathematical skills. But perhaps you're looking for something a little bit more meaty, something for children to sink the teeth into and to really test their understanding. And that's where our Mistake Investigators resource line is going to massively help you. Now, like I said, this is just for year 6. So you'll find it in year 6 maths, in CS Maths Scheme, and at the moment it's in a topic called consolidation. And at the moment we actually just have one Mistake Investigators for year 6. And I've got it open hopefully, so I can take you through what it looks like. Like I say, we've only got one pack online at the moment, but within it we've got a bit of an intro page, just talks you through how to use them, which I'm going to do now. And then we have got a question page for each of the year 6 objectives for place value. And we've pulled these out, we've matched them against the curriculum objectives, and each page covers a different objective. And there's 4 questions on each page, and on every question a mistake has been made, so Mistake Investigators. Children need to identify the mistakes and explain how to complete the question correctly, and in doing so they will reach the correct answer for the question. So it's a little bit further really, it's that step further. Your Rapid Arithmetic, your Maths in Minutes and more varied Fluency. This is going down more of the reasoning route, which really gives children the opportunity to explain and deepen their understanding and embed their learning as well. So the one we've got online at the moment is just for place value, but within it there's quite a number of pages for children to work through. And from summer onward, from spring term onwards, so from Christmas, we're going to be adding in these covering the main topics in year 6, so that they can be used for SATS revision. So what do I love about these? Well, firstly, I love the title. I think it's a bit of fun, Mistake Investigators. I like the word investigators. It's a bit evocative and you can have a bit of fun with it. It's not just another boring SATS practice resource where you'd give it to your children and they'd roll their eyes and just crack on with it. I find these super engaging. And our research has found that when children are given the opportunity to spot and explain mistakes, that's really what helps them to deepen their understanding of these key mathematical objectives that you're going to be teaching them. If I was in year 6, I'd find these a total lifesaver. And just to say, I know I've already said it, but to reiterate, we're going to be creating one of these for every year 6 topic. And I think, to be honest, if I was in the classroom today, I'd use them similar to Rapid Arithmetic and Maths in Minutes. I'd use them little and often. So like a 15-minute activity at the start of each day, maybe give them 1 page a day. Some of these packs are going to end up being quite long, so I wouldn't necessarily want children to work through these one after the other. That might suck a bit of the fun out of it. But you know your class best. And they just offer a little bit more challenge that Rapid Arithmetic and Maths in Minutes don't. And in terms of prepping the year 6s for SATS, this resource really is a no-brainer. So we're going to have more online ready for use in spring term from Christmas onwards, covering the main maths topics for year 6. But again, really want to get people's feedback on these. Would you use them in your class? How would you use them? Does it just need to be a year 6 thing, or could we do it for the other year groups as well? Because we're absolutely up for that. It's just, we always kind of want to put out a few first, get a little bit of feedback and see if it's right. So do let us know on that one. And like I say, maybe you're a year 3 teacher and you're thinking about that year 6 teacher in your school that this resource would work perfectly for. Tell them about it, you know, feel free to share it, because that's what it's all about really. The last thing that I just wanted to kind of steal some time to show is the other resources we've got as part of our maths scheme, which I think Claire did go into in her live, but I'll just do a little bit of a demo for those of you that might not have seen it. So I'm in our CS, Classroom Secrets maths scheme. We've got topics, we're populating these for the whole year. So I think the first topic for year 2 is place value. And within it, we've got the steps. So this is our own order of steps that we have devised with our maths specialists in-house, our maths team, and lots of research and time. We've been working on this for over a year. So it's really nice to start to see these resources online. As an absolute must, we've got a varied fluency and a reasoning and problem solving. But for many steps, we've also got a discussion problem and a fluency matrix as well, which is one of our brand new resource lines. Again, it's getting quite a lot of engagement from our customers, proving to be quite popular. It is leaning more into the traditional differentiation. Not that there's 3 levels to choose from, like our historic resources. The matrix itself kind of incrementally increases in difficulty as you work through each of the questions. So that's just a really nice thing to check out if you haven't already. But our scheme is looking really nice, the resources are looking very fresh, and the progression is excellent really. So I just wanted to kind of shout out to that before I wrap up. But hopefully, like I say, hopefully this live gives you a bit of a flavour of our new resource lines as part of our maths scheme, and also gives you a bit of inspiration of how to use them in your class. So yeah, thank you for watching.